just like the Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, we have the Aaron Rodgers in football. We have Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, and to me, it has a lot of similarities. It has Aaron Rodgers, which a lot of people say is more of a talented quarterback, and we have Tom Brady, who has a lot of the accolades. Just like in basketball, a lot of basketball pundits, quote unquote, say that LeBron James got more basketball skill than Michael Jordan, which I disagree. And Michael Jordan has all the accolades and the championships and all this stuff. But pertaining to Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, my thing is the same. I take the same approach I take with LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Yes, both of these quarterbacks are vastly talented, extremely talented quarterbacks. Very accomplished. I believe Aaron Rodgers is a two-time MVP. I believe Tom Brady himself is a two-time MVP. Tom Brady, right now, Tom Brady has more touchdowns, I believe, than Aaron Rodgers and more, passing yards. That's because, Aaron Rodgers is at least, 6 years younger than Tom Brady? At least 5 to 6 years younger than Tom Brady. So I believe when it's all said and done, Aaron Rodgers, when he retired, he will have just about all the passing records. And, a lot of people debating who's better. And then a lot of people have the notion of this. To me, I separate who's better different. I'm going to tell you how other people look at it. They look at it like Aaron Rodgers can do more outside the pocket. Aaron Rodgers is a better athlete. Aaron Rodgers throw the ball with better accuracy. And Aaron Rodgers have a stronger arm, which all of that is true. I'm not saying that Tom Brady is, Swiss cheese when it comes to that thing, some of those things, but Aaron Rodgers is clearly better on attributes. You know what I'm saying? So if you're talking about, building a guy in the game, of course you're going to take Aaron Rodgers because he has all the things that you like on the plus side. But this is real life. These are real games, real situations. And in my opinion, clearly Tom Brady is better. Same thing with the Michael Jordan thing. Tom Brady got more out of his career so far than Aaron Rodgers. Now, Aaron Rodgers still got about 5 or 6 more years to go, but will he win 3 to 4 more Super Bowls? I don't know. But all we can do is deal with what's right now. At this moment, Tom Brady is better. And I believe Aaron Rodgers made a statement and said five Super Bowls to 1 Super Bowl is no discussion. The discussion ends there, and he's right. Sometimes people have these frivolous discussions, man, and it really you can entertain it, but we can just look at it and see that Tom Brady is better, man. You can say Aaron Rodgers got let's just say Aaron Rodgers does, and he does have many of those things. Let's just say he has a better arm, stronger, better accuracy, he's a better athlete. Now what are you trying to say is, now that if you say Tom Brady is not as good as Aaron Rodgers in those areas, well, that's more to that shows more to Tom Brady's greatness, because he didn't have all those physical tools and he still was able to go to 8 Super Bowls and win 5. So Tom Brady he must have things that you can't measure, and yes, certain players have things you can't measure. I believe Aaron Rodgers have things you can't measure. You know what I'm saying? But Tom Brady at this stage of their careers, he's a better quarterback. Now you can say, well, Tom Brady has Bill Belichick. Well, we don't live in a world that's everything is equal. You got to deal with what you have. Aaron Rodgers doesn't. Mike McCarthy is not a bad coach. He's a pretty good coach himself. So you can't say, well, if Aaron Rodgers was with Bill Belichick, he would win 5, 6, 7, 8 Super Bowls. Well, we live in the real world, not the fantasy world. That's the fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? So we have to take the argument has to start with reality. It can't start with a fantasy. And I know a lot of people are using that analogy. I heard it on First Take. I heard it on First Things First. I heard it on Speak for Yourself. A lot of guys on there said, well, if Aaron Rodgers had Bill Belichick, he'll win all 8 Super Bowls. Come on, man. We got to deal with reality. And the reality is this. They are both great quarterbacks. But Tom Brady is clearly better. Just like Michael Jordan is clearly better than LeBron James. Because this is how I look at it. And this is how I come to my conclusion. Stats are a means to an end. Stats are a means you accumulate stats, but accumulating stats are the journey on winning. I mean, you got to get to winning, because stats doesn't really mean anything if you don't win. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna say, well, Tom Brady, doesn't have as many. Let's just say Tom Brady don't have as many passing yards as Drew Brees, or no, he doesn't, or as many touchdowns as Drew Brees, because I believe Drew Brees got the records. But Tom Brady has 5 Super Bowls. He won 5, and Drew Brees won 1. So who's better? Tom Brady, because he didn't have to even do all that as far as accumulating all those numbers, and he still was able to win 5 Super Bowls, because the means to the end is winning the championship, whether it's in hockey when you win the Stanley Cup, or it's in baseball when you win the World Series title, or you in the NBA win the NBA trophy. It all culminates in winning, and winning is the ultimate goal. Why you think in basketball you have Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell? Who's more revered? Bill Russell, because he won. And Wilt Chamberlain has all the records, just about all the records, offensive records, defensive records in basketball. Even before they even taken stats, he probably got them all. But Russell is revered and talked about more because he won. It's all about winning, man. Yes, LeBron James went to 8 straight finals and all this stuff, and went to more finals than Michael Jordan, but he only won 3. He's 3-6. He got as many as losses as Michael Jordan has wins in finals. So I remember the argument in football when I was coming up, when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, was who's better, Dan Marino or Joe Montana? And I remember I asked my uncle, I said, my Uncle Butch, I used to look at, I mean, he didn't want to turn me on sports and everything, but I said, why are they having an argument who's better, Dan Marino or Dan Marino or Joe Montana? Joe Montana got 4 Super Bowl titles. You know what I'm saying? Even then, when I was that young, I didn't understand why people was arguing Dan Marino and Joe Montana. Joe Montana had 4 Super Bowls, 4 on the Super Bowls, never threw an interception. So, like I said, man, Arron Rodgers is a great quarterback. There's no knock on Arron Rodgers. Arron Rodgers is a great quarterback, no doubt about it. Tom Brady is a great quarterback, but Tom Brady is better when it comes to these two. It's plain and simple. It's you can entertain and you can make a case for Rodgers, I guess, if you try really hard. But a person that's making a case for Tom Brady is going to always win out, man, because the end result is winning. You know what I'm saying? You have to win. And Arron Rodgers, yes, he went to 2 Super Bowls, but Tom Brady went to 8 and he won 5. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's no discussion. I don't know. People like to have these frivolous arguments. Now, if they both only won one Super Bowl a piece and had 1 Super Bowl appearance apiece or 2 apiece, then you can go to the numbers. But if one guy got way more titles than the other guy, the numbers doesn't matter, man. The numbers only matter if everything else is close, and everything else is not close. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think, man. Who's better, Tom Brady or Arron Rodgers? I got Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? This is not a game. This is not a game where you know what I'm saying, you putting together a fantasy quarterback. And yes, if you putting together a fantasy quarterback, I'm taking Arron Rodgers all day. But this is real life. We talking about real life. A lot of people like to live in the fantasy. A lot of people would rather live in the fantasy because you can change things up how it fits your argument. But in real life, you can't do that. In real life, Tom Brady is better. Subscribe to my channel, man. I'm out.